Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and good afternoon, dear students. We're very happy that you could join us today in the virtual forum. The goal of it is to continue reaching out to our student community to address any concerns and answer any questions that you might have. My name is Dr. Nader Khair. I'm associate professor in pharmacy practice. I'm also the manager of the Student Success Center. However, today I have a third hat, which I am moderating the forum, and in such capacity, I'm going to pass your questions which have been received in response to an invitation by the Chancellor to our panel of experts, who I'm going to introduce right now. I'd like to assure you that the university is always keen to hear from you. The university is here for you, so do not feel isolated or alone. So we've got a panel of experts, senior administrators and leaders in the university to answer your questions. And in my left-hand side, in a socially acceptable distance, the man himself, Dr. Karim Saghir, the Chancellor of the University, Dr. Khalid Al-Saleh, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Mr. Rabi' Al-Khuffash, Chief Operating Officer, Dr. Nahla Al-Qasimi, Dean of Student Services, Ms. Inas Abu Sharh, Director, Office of Information Technology, and Ms. Amal Al-Alami, Director, Office of Finance, Dr. Muhammad Hilal, Director of Student Life. Once the forum begins in a few minutes, our panelists will respond to your questions. I'm very pleased now to introduce Dr. Karim for his introductory remarks to tell us about what the university has been doing and what the university intends to do in the coming few weeks and probably in the future as well.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nader. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hope everybody is safe. Hope your families are well and safe. That's the most important thing. I'm extremely proud and pleased to be with you today on our cyber campus, and thank you for joining. Of course, your physical presence on campus is extremely missed, but the most important thing for us at this stage is your safety, health, and well-being. Of course, by staying at home, you are helping society flatten the curve and get through this global crisis in a safe way, inshallah. I'm extremely proud of our students who have demonstrated a great deal of responsibility, adaptability, and compassion, and we are really very proud of you. Our primary goal, which is the common goal between our beloved students and the university, is to help you finish the spring semester and the academic year in a safe, effective, and compassionate environment. And we have 5 weeks to go, inshallah. It will go smoothly. We are here to help you. And I assure you that your faculty members understand very well the challenges that you are facing. They are very compassionate and will continue to do so throughout the semester, given your challenges, the challenges that you are facing now. We are facing, the whole world is facing uncommon and unprecedented challenges, and I assure you that we will implement uncommon solutions for the best interest of our students. I was also very impressed by how fast and well our faculty members and our students have transitioned to online teaching fully. What we have tried to do over the past few weeks is not only to provide online teaching, but to provide a cyber campus so that your learning environment is not paused. So in addition to the online teaching that we have been providing successfully, we have also provided online co-curricular activities and online professional development activities. The main objective is to have our students connected, positive, and creative all the time. We all need positive environment in the next few weeks, and the university will make sure that we are providing the needed environment. And before the forum begins, I would like to express my deep gratitude to AU's dedicated faculty and staff who have been working very diligently and very hard to make sure that the environment is safe and proper environment is provided by Ajman University. What I can tell you, my dear students, is that we have an incredible team who has your best interests at heart. That's our main objective, and that's what I can promise for now. Thank you very much. Dr. Nader, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Karim. I'm going to now to read the questions as received from the students, and they have been actually coming probably until just before the forum. So the first question, Dr. Karim, goes like this. Have there been changes to the academic calendar?
Definitely yes. We have made some slight adjustments, I would say. We have brought the spring break forward to make sure that we are ready with the right infrastructure and the right environment to provide an effective teaching online. We did that over a couple of weeks. And then we have changed the midterm assessment period, which is now next Sunday on the 12th of April instead of March 8th. And I would like to wish all the best to our students. Allah يوفقكم إن شاء الله في الاختبارات. I'm sure they will do well as always. The last day of class will now be on the 5th of May instead of the 6th of May, so it's a very slight change. And the final assessment period will be from the 6th to the 16th of May instead of 7th to 17th of May. So these are the slight modifications that we made on the academic calendar, and again, the best interest of the student was at heart when we made this decision.
Excellent. The second question goes like, what about assessments of dentistry students?
So first, I would answer the question that I just received now about the midterm assessment that will be conducted and how it will be monitored, because I have been following the questions, and one of them, actually many of them were on the midterm assessment, how they will be conducted and monitored. I would like to highlight that your faculty members, your professors will help you throughout the process. So they understand the challenges, and they will be extremely supportive and compassionate throughout the assessments in general for the whole semester. Of course, our commitment to academic integrity will continue to be unwavering. That's the top priority as well for all academic institutions. The midterm assessments will be done through various combination of tools, including assignments, projects, oral interviews, different live presentation as well, and projects, research projects as well. We will avoid the traditional exams as much as possible because the timed exams add a lot of stress to the students who are already stressed. So we are avoiding the classical or traditional exams as much as possible.
Right.
I'll give the floor to Mrs. Ines in the Office of IT, who is joining from a different location, to explain more about how ready the faculty members are regarding the assessment period.
Thank you, Dr. Karim. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I hope you are and all your families are safe. For the faculty training on assessment, the Office of IT has provided an intensive training, online training sessions on how to use the online assessment on Moodle system. This including video tutorials and detailed manuals. And also we are working closely with focal groups from all colleges who are communicating with their colleagues and help us to support the faculty members in the best way we can. We are communicating with them through WhatsApp groups and emails instantly, always. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Ines.
Thank you very much. So coming back to the question from the dentistry students about assessments for the dentistry.
Yes, we are fully aware regarding the specific challenges that the dentistry students are facing, especially the students who are in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th year. We have already made important decisions that would address their concerns, and hopefully it will be in their best interest. We are in close communication with the Ministry of Education as we might need some approvals from their side, but I'm very optimistic because the Ministry of Education has been extremely supportive throughout the period. I'll give the floor to Dr. Khalid Al-Saleh to explain the specific solutions that we have for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th year dentistry students.
Thank you, Dr. Karim. Good afternoon, dear students. I hope you are staying safe with your loved ones and families, whether to be with them or otherwise. Just to elaborate on what the Chancellor has said about the students, about the dentistry students, let me start by saying that 1st year and 2nd year dentistry students will undergo the same exact process as others. However, for 3rd, 4th, and 5th year who deal with practical sessions, whether on dummies or with patients, there will be a special arrangement for them. As you know, especially dentistry students who are undergoing this, the theoretical part has been covered entirely. So there will be midterms and final assessments as per the time they're designated to be held on, April 12 and May 6, respectively. So this will be done for the theoretical part, will be assessed completely through these two tools. Inshallah, when we are able to come back to the campus, you will be given the training, the practical training on the clinics and the dummies as well. And you will be assessed based on that training once we are able to come back to campus. There are several scenarios that we are in the process of finalizing regarding the date of return and so on. And we will be definitely communicating with you once these plans have been fixed. Additionally, as the Chancellor mentioned, for our 5th year graduating students, we are trying to find a special arrangement for them. Hopefully, if we can graduate them based on what has been covered, this is our top priority. Otherwise, the same thing will happen like the 3rd, 4th year as well. Thank you very much, and I hope you stay safe.
Thank you, Dr. Khalid.
Thank you, that's awesome. So, continuing the thread of academics, how will the coursework be graded?
That's a very important question and very valid concern. Of course, we fully understand the challenges that our students are going through, and we are there to help. We have uncommon policies and uncommon solutions to the uncommon conditions that you are going through and your families are going through as well. So we made some modifications in the grading system at Ajman University to make sure that the grading is done in a very fair and effective way. So the default grading system will be the usual, which is the grading, the letter grading system, A, B, C, D, etc. But we have added another scheme, which is pass, no pass. So this is for the students who would want to opt for the pass, no pass. And it's very important to understand that this scheme, this new scheme, will not negatively affect the semester or the CGPA. So if a student opts for pass, no pass scheme, the GPA and the CGPA will not go down.
Okay, that actually addresses the second question, which was about how would I opt for a pass, non-pass?
Yes. Of course, this is a new grading scheme, so we wanted to be extremely clear and extremely, crystal clear about the processes and the procedures, when it can be done, what is the process, etc., so that the students can benefit from this, those who want to benefit from this new grading scheme can do so. So we have developed all the procedures and policies, and I'll give the floor again to Dr. Khalid Al-Saleh to explain how students who would want to opt for pass, no pass can do so. Dr. Khalid.
Thank you, Dr. Karim, again. This, as the Chancellor said, is an additional grading scheme due to the special circumstances that we are going through. However, again, we are dealing with the same grading system by default. So we will do our assessments and we will issue a grade that follows the default grading system, the letter grade system. You can stay with that and it will be counted exactly the same way it has been done in the previous semesters, or you could choose to go for pass or no pass, no pass grade, depending on your letter grade, as I will explain in a minute. But you have to request this. This is there will be an e-request form, and the deadline for applying will be June 4th. So after discussing this with your advisor, your academic advisor, you can choose to change your letter grade in one course or more, or the entire courses that you are registered for, to this new grading system, which will not affect your semester or cumulative GPA. Now, clearly you have to pass the course in order to get a P, meaning that you have to get a D or higher grade so that you can opt for a P grade. If unfortunately you get an F, then the only choice for you is to opt for an NP grade, which will not affect your GPA again. So these are the new grades that you will have to choose. There will be no automatic conversion. It must be requested. You have to also remember that if you opt for a P or a NP, in the case you don't pass NP, then the course will have to be repeated. You will not be allowed to take subsequent courses that depend on this previous course that you have not passed. So make sure that you follow these regulations and you know exactly what you're doing. The most important thing that this system, as the Chancellor mentioned, is in your advantage. So if you consult with your advisor, you will guarantee that your CGPA will not go down under any circumstances. So make sure that you take advantage of this new arrangement. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khaled.
Thank you so much. So what happens if I'm currently under an academic warning or have conditional acceptance?
Sure. Again, given the very uncommon challenges that the students are going through and their families are going through as well, we have decided that no student will be penalized in the sense that he would go down in terms of academic situation or status. The students can only go up. So even if the student did not get the required or the needed CGPA or GPA, then the students would not go to a worse academic status than what he had before the beginning of the spring semester. But again, I'll give the floor to Dr. Khaled to explain the numbers and all the details of the decision that we have made. Dr. Khaled.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. What the Chancellor said is what will happen in terms of that you will maintain your current academic standing or you will improve it. So you will not move to a lower academic standing. So if you are in good standing, meaning that your GPA is 2.0 or above as an undergraduate student or 3.0 or above as a graduate student, regardless of what your new GPA will be after this semester, you will not be under warning. You will not receive a first warning in the system. So you will just continue with the good standing that you have held. If you are a graduate student or undergraduate student and hold a first warning, meaning that your GPA was below the minimum, 2 and 3 for undergraduate and graduate, if you happen to raise your GPA above the required GPA, then of course you will move to good standing. Of course that means you would have to opt for the letter grade system, or part of your courses have to be in the letter grade system to enable you to increase your GPA. If you're successful in doing that, clearly you will go to good standing. If not, you will stay under first warning. You will not transition to second warning as usual in the previous system. If you are an undergraduate student with a second warning or a third warning, then again, if you don't manage to increase your GPA to above 2, then you will not be penalized and you will stay with the same warning. Clearly, students with warning 3 would have to either be dismissed or they would be required to take courses outside the university to increase their GPA to come to good standing. In this special conditions, in this particular semester, this will not be required. No dismissals or no requests for any students to go outside the university. I'm talking about specifically those who are under third warning. So you will continue with the same warning that you are holding, and you will be given one additional regular semester to correct your standing. That is fall 2020. So by the end of fall 2020, we go back to the normal rules and regulations, and you will have, inshallah, enough time to correct your standing. The same applies for students who were accepted conditionally, those who did not have the requirements to be accepted regularly, and they are now under conditional acceptance. They will be given this semester as a grace period, so their condition will continue to be as conditional student if they do not meet the conditions, and they will be given until the end of the next fall semester to transition from conditional status to regular student status. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khaled.
That's awesome. So is the university going to offer a summer course, and how?
Of course, we realize that the summer term is an integral part of the plan of our students in most colleges. So we have decided to offer summer term as always, but of course this time it will be online. I strongly believe that we have gained a lot of maturity in terms of online teaching from both sides. We both learned from the online teaching this semester, and I fully believe that we can offer the summer semester fully online as what we are doing now.
So obviously plenty of changes based on what's happening now. So this question is about any changes has taken place in the admission criteria.
The admission will start, the admission for new students will start on Sunday, the 12th of April, in few days. And students will do the whole process online. We have already done it in the previous years. So the new students will need to submit soft copies of what is required, the required documents. And we will have provisional acceptance for those who did not satisfy the placement exams. And we are in close coordination and contact with the Ministry of Education to align with the current challenges and have good and concrete solutions for that.
Thank you so much. Are there any exceptions for the MSAT and English proficiency tests, like the TOEFL and IELTS, which have been cancelled till further notice?
Yeah, of course, we fully understand and realize that a good number of placement tests and exams will not be conducted in the near future, and we are adjusting our admission processes towards that. So I'll give the floor to Dr. Khaled to explain more about the decision that we have made on the admission process for this year.
Thank you, Dr. Karim. Yes, exactly like the Chancellor said, we will resort to provisional acceptance. So we will ask applicants to submit all documents that they have already acquired in terms of tests, examinations for the first semester, expected grades in some systems, in the British system and otherwise. We will take all this and we will make a decision based on this provisionally. And also regarding the IELTS, TOEFL, MSAT, and so on, as you know, all of these exams are currently on hold, but some of them are considering online exams, so there will be some arrangements for these exams to be done online. But we will take your application with all the current scores and certificates that you have, and we will make a decision accordingly. It will be, of course, provisional, and we will ask you to provide the required scores once they are allowed, once these exams are allowed. We're also considering having a placement test as per the ministry regulations. If this is approved, we will also have our own test, which is equivalent to these standard tests. In addition, also there is another alternative, which is remedial courses in English, math, and so on. This is another alternative that we are exploring. We are in direct connection with the ministry for any further information. But meanwhile, I urge all applicants to apply online as usual with whatever documents that they have. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khaled.
Thank you so much. Will there be any changes in the criteria for the honor discount?
Good question as well, very valid questions as all the previous questions. Of course, the honors discount is mainly and solely based on merit. So there will be no change in the criteria. However, I would like to explain what would happen for the students who would opt at the end of the semester for the pass, no pass grading system. So I would like to highlight that only students who follow the classical letter grading system would be eligible for the honor discount. This means that a student who opted for pass, no pass grading system, even for one course, would not be eligible for the honor discount at Ajman University.
Thank you for that feedback. This is about co-curricular activities and professional development activities online. Are there any?
Yes. As I said at the beginning of the forum, nothing, not even COVID-19, would tear us apart. We wanted to have a very effective and inspiring learning environment online, virtually. So it's not only online teaching, it's the whole learning environment that we wanted to provide at Ajman University. So in addition to the online teaching, we also have online co-curricular activities, but also online professional development activities that would help you in your career and will help you with the soft skills. We have several workshops that are being done and will be done with big companies like Google, Microsoft, etc. They are all available on our social media. You can register. I was really impressed by the talents that I discovered in our students. I saw excellent paintings, workout, really very creative things. I'll give the floor to Dr. Mohammed Hilal to explain more about the online co-curricular activities.
Thank you, Dr. Karim. Co-curricular activities is an integral part of the educational process, and the university is offering many online activities and events. We have launched an online campaign called Stay Home and so students can stay home and work out, stay home and play music, stay home and sing, stay home and draw. These to encourage our students to stay home and spend their free time or leisure time effectively and safe by engaging them in the online activities and events. In addition to this campaign, we have conducted an online acrylic and oil painting contest. This week we have online caricature exhibition. Next week we'll have stay home and participate in the fitness challenge. Also we'll organize an online Van Gogh museum tour and much more. So I encourage each and every one of you to take part in these activities and events online and stay home, stay safe, stay active and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mohammed.
Thank you so much. The next few questions about financial issues, reimbursements. Is the university going to reimburse transportation fees?
Yes, the university has made a decision to refund the transportation fees. This is a service that our students did not use at all, and it was not their choice not to use it. It's just the current situation that does not permit them to use it. So yes, we have made a decision to reimburse the tuition, the transportation fees, and I'll give the floor to Rabia Al-Khuffash, our COO, to explain the exact steps for the procedures and policies.
Thank you, Dr. Karim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Yes, for the transportation service, our Office of Finance will start calculating the refundable amounts for the whole online learning period. Then these amounts will be credited into your accounts, and of course, the applicable refund policy will apply in case any student is having credit balance or excess balance in his or her account, so that they can apply for refund. Then the Office of Finance will be able to start processing the payment for the student. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Rabi.
Thank you so much. Is the university going to reimburse accommodation fees?
No, the university will not refund the accommodation fees, given the fact that the decision that was made very early is not to close the dorms. This is a decision that we have responsibly made. We still have many students who are using the dorms and the hostel, and I had a very interesting meeting with them online, of course, last week, and they are happy with the services that we are providing. They are staying safe, they are productive, they are engaged in our online activities, and we are in touch with them almost daily to improve the services and the safety that our students have on the dorms. I'll give the floor to Dr. Nahla Al-Qasmi, Dean of Students, to explain more about what we are offering currently in the hostel.
Thank you, Dr. Karim. As the Chancellor said, the university has continued serving the resident students and adopted all measures to protect them and to ensure their health and safety as a top priority. If the students or the students who opted to leave the dorms, the regular cancellation terms and conditions apply. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Nahla.
Thank you very much. So, is the university going to reimburse lab fees?
No, the university will not refund lab fees. Actually, in most courses in the university, the lab did not pause. We have been offering labs in most courses using different means, depending on the college, and it has been effective given the current conditions. In very few courses, very small number of courses, we will be starting virtual labs that have been ready and tested in this week, and in these very few courses we will start the virtual lab inshallah soon, and I'll give the floor to Madame Ines to explain more about the few virtual labs that we have started or will start shortly.
Yes, Dr. Karim, actually we have started the virtual computer labs. It provides access to the students through the web access, so the student don't need to install the software in his or her personal, you don't need to install it in your personal PC or laptop. And it includes as well a storage where you can save your work. I'd like to assure you that the Office of IT and all of us are here to taking care of your any issues you may face, and we are taking care of immediately. So I hope you will be able to access it, and if you need any help, you can send email to help desk, and we are available and responsive during the day and sometimes at night. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Ines.
Thank you very much. Continuing the same thread, is the university going to reimburse training fees for dentistry students?
Again, the university is committed to continuing to offer the training at the dentistry college as soon as the situation permits. So we are, this is a commitment from the university. We will do what is needed to be done or what ought to be done as soon as the situation is back, hopefully to normal, inshallah, soon. So the university will not refund the training fees for dentistry students.
What about reimbursement for internship fees for the dentistry participants? And will the university issue a letter for the first 6 months?
Again, the same policy will apply for the internship. The university is committed to completing its commitment and finish the training for the dentistry internship as soon as the situation permits. So we will not refund the fees, and I'll give the floor to Dr. Khaled to explain exactly how is the program and why we have made this decision.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Karim. This is just to elaborate on the Chancellor's explaining of the dentistry, internship dentistry. This is a post-graduation program. This is actually not directed to our students. So the participants are either graduate students from Ajman University or otherwise. This is a one-year-long program. It's well structured, and there are certain activities that are time-sensitive that need to be done at certain times in a certain order. So the program is halted, as we all know, due to this unusual circumstances. The program will, inshallah, be resumed as soon as we are able to come back to campus. So we would like to ask all participants of this distinguished program to bear with us until we are able to come back so that they can continue the program as per the plan put for it, and to get their one-year certificate, one-year experience certificate. However, if somebody insists on leaving this program and withdrawing, we will support their decision, even though we recommend strongly against that. The student or the participant in this case will be receiving a refund if they have already paid for the entire program, or whatever they have paid in excess of the period that we have served them in. However, we, as I said, since this is an integrated program, we will not be able to issue a 6-month certificate. What we will be issuing, if required, we can certify that the student joined the program in September and opted to withdraw in March. That we can issue. But again, I urge you very strongly to be patient and come back to this program, because if you withdraw now, we will not be able to guarantee that you can come back and resume the program, because other participants will join, and as you know, this is a first come, first serve program. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khaled.
Thank you so much. Continuing the thread of finance and payments, will the university provide students with payment flexibility?
I have no doubt that our students and our alumni know very well that Ajman University has always been, since 1988, extremely supportive in all terms, by all means, especially when it comes to financial issues. We have always been supportive, and we have always found solutions for our students so that they are never deprived from higher education. This is a commitment that has been done since 1988, and this is part of our DNA. I'll give the floor to Madame Amal Al-Alami, who will explain more details about this.
Thank you, Dr. Karim. Assalamu alaikum. Hope everyone is doing well and safe. We in Ajman University provide our students different payment plans instead of paying the whole amount on one installment. That mainly include paying a deposit upon registration and then scheduling the remaining amounts over post-dated check or pre-scheduled installment during the semester. And sometimes we exceed the semester itself. We also provide different payment channels like online payment, bank transfer or deposit, and paying through Al-Ansari Exchange branches. Finally, our students are welcome to approach the Office of Finance to ask for the help and to discuss the options for payment, and we are happy to help in finding the most convenient options according to applicable policies and procedure. Thank you, and we will cross together, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Amal. This is very helpful, and of course, this confirms what I was saying regarding the different payment options that we have to help students and making sure that they are not prevented from pursuing higher education. Dr. Ned.
Sure.
Right. So, so the questions have been coming, and actually, I have to just repeat that it's overwhelming response, and this is really reassuring. This is something which the university always worked in and invested on, being a student-centered university. We would like them always to have the backup of the university and to continue that sort of interaction. This question is about withdrawal period. Has it been extended?
Yes, it has been extended given the fact that we have extended the assessment period, the midterm assessment period. We have moved it, so we wanted to make sure that the students would have enough time to decide whether they would withdraw from the course or not. So the new date for the withdrawal period with the W grade will be May 5th.
Thank you so much. Regarding the delivery of lectures and recording, this question goes like that. Could all lectures be recorded as a matter of policy so students could go back to them, especially with unreliable internet connections these days?
Yes, the university is providing synchronous and asynchronous modes of delivery, and we have already shared with the faculty members since the beginning of the crisis and when we move it to online teaching that all lectures must be recorded so that the students who did not have the opportunity to watch or attend the lecture online will have the opportunity to do so later on. We fully realize that students might face different types of challenges, and therefore we want the faculty to record that. If for some cases this did not happen, please approach your faculty member, and I'm sure they will be understanding and supportive as always.
Thank you very much, Dr. Karim. Because all teaching has suddenly changed to online, could deadlines for submitting assignments be delayed for the majority of courses?
Again, our faculty are very understanding and are very compassionate. Of course, I'm sure that they will be flexible in terms of deadlines when it is possible, but without having any negative impact on the quality of the work. So yes, flexibility will be there. Yes, we are understanding. Yes, deadlines can be extended. Quality is important, and we will focus on quality, and we will not have any negative impact on the quality. But yes, flexibility is there and will be supported.
And because of the move to online, of course, teaching, distant teaching, internet is very important. And this question also emphasizes that point, says, is it possible to ask the telephone communication companies to enhance the speed and quality of their internet connectivity during this busy period?
Yes, of course, I hear and I know that many companies in general, not only the telecommunication, have done excellent initiatives in terms of social responsibility during these critical times, and telecommunication companies are no exception. So I know that telecommunication companies have given some specific benefits and options, especially for the teaching tools, the IT teaching tools. But I'll give the floor to Madame Ines again to explain more about the specific benefits that these telecommunication companies have provided.
Yes, Dr. Karim, I received the confirmation from Etisalat and Do that Blackboard Collaborate, which is for accessing the online classes, is for free, which means the online class will not affect the data package, will not consume your data package on your mobiles, or will not be affected by the speed of internet at home. We are working with them, with Etisalat and Do, to make the same service free for our online resources, the Blackboard, the Moodle, and Banner. This is still under process.
Also one of also important questions as well. We are sometimes asked to use webcams in our laptops, especially for the online assessments. What if we do not have a webcam on our computer?
Sure, that's a valid concern as well. As I said, we are very flexible. However, academic integrity should be intact. So in some courses, in some assessment tools, students might be requested to use their webcam to make sure that academic integrity is preserved. If they don't have a webcam on their laptop, of course they can install an external webcam. It's available online. They can acquire it, and it's very easy to install it. But yes, faculty members can ask students to turn on their webcam when they are taking an assessment.
All right, it's coming to the end of this thread of questions. Does the new online teaching and assessment regulation, which has been implemented at the university, also apply at the University of Science and Technology in Al-Fujairah?
Yes, all policies and procedures that apply here in Ajman University will also be applied at USTF. We are daily in communication with the senior administration in USTF, and we made sure they are really cooperating very well, and there as well they have the best interest of the student at heart and as a priority, and everything that is implemented here, grading systems, assessment, everything will be the same in Ajman University here and in USTF.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kareem. And this concludes the questions. At the end, I'd like to thank all the students who contributed questions and who are listening and watching there. I'd like to also thank all the panelists who provided detailed responses, and that's was very useful and beneficial, as I am sure. And just to finish, before giving the floor to the Chancellor again for his concluding remarks, is just this is one platform and access to reach out to your university. There are plenty of other accesses and platforms and portals. Please use them. Don't feel isolated at all. Dr. Kareem.
Thank you, Dr. Nader. So again, thank you very much for joining. Communication with our students has always been important, but during this crisis, the role of communication is absolutely essential. We have various communication channels, not only the forum. As you know, we have Kayako, we have emails, we have social media, we have our website, which is a one-stop shop now for COVID-19 crisis. I strongly urge you to check it very, very regularly. We will also launch a virtual student hub so that you are reminded of the student hub, inshallah, that you will see again, inshallah, soon. So we will post a virtual student hub where we have answers to all your frequently asked questions. Some of them are here, but some of them will be received later on. So I strongly recommend that you check the virtual student hub almost on a daily basis so that you are well informed about what is going on. So again, I would like to thank my colleagues, the speakers and the panelists who provided you with all this information. Our communication channels are always open, and they are even more open and more diverse during this global crisis. So please stay connected, stay positive, stay creative. We still have 5 weeks to go until the end of the spring semester. You are not alone. We are here to help you. We will make sure that all your concerns are addressed in a compassionate and professional and prompt way. So please don't be afraid. We are here to work together to make sure that the semester, inshallah, is finalized in a safe and proper way. So I'm sure our students are responsible. I can already see that in the past few weeks. I'm sure they will be responsible. We are really very proud of what you are doing, not only in the online teaching, but also in all the talents that I have discovered through the online co-curricular activities. Again, please make sure in general, not only related to your teaching, that you only get information from credible sources. You know, in terms of crisis, rumors can be really spread easily, so please make sure you don't get any information into your system until you make sure that this information is from a credible source. I would also like to thank all panelists who have helped you in answering questions, but I would also like to highlight my deep appreciation to our faculty members and staff members who have helped all our students and have transitioned to online education. They are working very hard. They are doing their best to make sure that you are learning in a very effective and safe way. So I would like to thank them again. And please stay safe, stay home. You are responsibly helping society to flatten the curve and making sure that we will go through this crisis together, inshallah, very safely. Stay tuned, stay safe. شكرا جزيلا.